Who doesn't like Java? Java Hi-Fi, that is. Not something we hear about a lot in the US. Java Hi-Fi, if you've not heard of them, they are a New Zealand company that makes really, really beautiful hi-fi slash high-end integrated amplifiers, and preamplifiers, all Class D GaN FET. And if you've been watching this channel for a little while, you know that we have had a lot of Class D in over the last few years, and this is another one. You can see them right behind me here. Full-size unit, $8,995 integrated amplifier from Java Hi-Fi. Stunning little unit. Let's check it out and talk about it. All right, so that was a rundown of the Java Hi-Fi integrated amplifier. Like I said, these are Class D GaN FET amps. Just talking about the front face a little bit, 4mm iodized aluminum face. This stuff just oozes high-end. CNC birch case that has really nice veneers. The great thing about Java Hi-Fi is that you as a consumer can customize, I'll throw some photos up here, the casework, basically, choosing from all different kinds of material, color schemes, everything. So this unit here specifically, $8,995. It is a preamplifier amplifier. It has an internal Burr Brown DAC. It has a very nice moving magnet phono stage. All of it sounds really good. The knob feel on this thing is, that's pretty damn nice right there. And as you guys saw in the videos, the sequencing of the lights looks really good. The way they did the lighting and the backlighting, very soft, nothing glaring here. Just really, really good quality. Headphone output, we spent a little time with our ETA Audio headphones. If you have not checked out ETA Audio, man, they're right here, look. I always got them. They're always close. Anyway, we ran these guys on this thing. Absolutely phenomenal performance. Sounded just as you would expect from this high tier of a piece of equipment. A lot of times you'll find that this is kind of an afterthought on some of the cheaper stuff. They'll just put a headphone and kind of the network there really isn't super fantastic. This one actually sounds really, really good, and I had no problems with that. Let's take a look at the back. We'll spin this guy around. Okay, so as you guys saw from the kind of intro video and overview, standard toggle switch here, your plug. These ETI binding posts, so good, man. The way they got the knurling and the shape on the end, they're kind of long, they're extended, so they're really easy to kind of get in there and snug up. They're kind of flat on one side and knurled around the edges. So they're really, really nice. All of your plugs go in there really good, fits really nice. ETI RCAs throughout too, so these are not kind of your cheap chi-fi stuff. These are high-end RCA plugs here. Ground, like I said, it does have a phono stage, so this thing works really well. You've got a pre-out here that you can run to a subwoofer or another amplifier, or even an active set of speakers if you wanted to do so. Your inputs 1 and 2. Here's your phono stage. Again, this thing does have Bluetooth, so if you want to utilize the Bluetooth here, you can. And again, the ground, nice knurled knob for the ground for the phono stage. Over to your USB input, so you're going to feed this thing your streamer. Again, it has that really nice Burr Brown DAC, one of my favorite DACs, a really nice Burr Brown DAC. And then, of course, the other binding post there. So that's the back of this guy. All right, so that's kind of a look at that guy. You know, at the end of the day, this is a 200-watt GaN FET Class D amplifier section, beautiful preamp. This is probably one of the most musical and sweet Class Ds that I have heard. We have had a lot of the Orchard Audio stuff in, all of their flagship, and they are one of the other, I would say, reference level audiophile tier Class D manufacturers using GaN FET technology. And, you know, Leo's take on Class D amplification with the Orchard Audio stuff is just a get out of the way of the source material, very neutral, minimal coloration, all performance. And I'm going to say Java Hi-Fi has taken a little bit different of an approach here. They've got a little bit more of a musical flavor in here. I would not say that this integrated amplifier or their take on Class D amplification is neutral in a way. I would say it's just a smidge warmer, a little more musical. I think there is a little bit of coloration here. A lot of people will really, really like this type of integrated amplifier. And I haven't had a chance to just listen to one of their amplifiers, so I don't know if it is necessarily neutral, but just utilizing this thing as a whole, it is a little bit warmer, a little bit more musical, but it is very refined and very detailed. I was really surprised at this guy with the three-dimensionality of the soundstage when we listened to it downstairs in the main system, on the baffles and all of the other different gear we have. We put the Dynaudios on it. We ran a bunch of different stuff to it, some different sources, and it really handled everything really, really well. It is kind of a little bit high as far as our community is concerned, and the price range is probably one of the pricier integrated amplifiers that I have actually reviewed. I think the only thing that we've really had close to this would probably be the Klipsch Forte II. I think that came in at $11,000, but it was an all-in-one standalone, so it had the streamer as well built into it. So kind of take the streamer out at 11 grand. You're probably right about, you know, this is 9 grand with no streamer. So that's probably a comparable thing, and that Klipsch Forte II was Class D as well. But it was kind of more on the side of Orchard Audio stuff. It was more kind of neutral and just performance-based. Whereas, like I said, this Java, they're really doing a musicality take here. You know, you can see that in their choice with the Burr Brown DAC, not using an AKM. So you've got that nice musical tonality and that you know, organic texture and tone to things. But the nice thing is like with the Orchard Audio stuff, I really liked it because I like to put tube preamps and stuff in front of it, like my Supraktek, Syrah, or the Freya Plus. Sorry, I had a brain freeze there. I like a little tube in there because I'm kind of like a musical guy. So with the Orchard Audio stuff, it being neutral and performance-based, I like to kind of saturate that on top with a little bit of tube love there. And the Java Hi-Fi kind of does that for me. Not as much. It's not as intense of a you know, tube vibe, if you will. But there is a nice musicality. So I think that's intentional from Java Hi-Fi. I don't know. I haven't talked to them. Huge shout out to our buddy Maverick in the Discord for actually sending this over to us. This is actually his unit. Java Hi-Fi did not send this out for a review, so I'm just giving you my personal thoughts and take. 200 watt Class D. What is the preamp? It's something crazy. Oh, here it is. So the preamp, they say they have an LDR preamp. So I'm like, okay, well, what's LDR? So I kind of looked it up. They don't give you much. You got to really search into it. But it is a light-dependent resistor. So what Java Hi-Fi says in their preamp section, activated by light, Java Hi-Fi's range of passive preamplifiers employ LDRs, light-dependent resistors, technology in a unique circuit design. By varying the current to alter the intensity of the internal LED, so they have an LED inside, which in turn varies resistance to adjust the volume level. Our LDR preamps provide the cleanest possible path for the delicate audio signal and deliver exceptional sound quality. So you can research that a little bit more, but basically what they're calling their preamp section is LDR, light dependent resistor based. Yeah, this thing's just super cool. Like I said, you saw all the inputs and outputs on it. Sound is really good. Performance is great. In a nutshell, I guess I would classify this thing as a musical take on straight audiophile level Class D. This is not anything that's less than reference grade. This could be totally end game for a lot of people. With that Class D GaN FET, you get that performance, you get that tight bass, you get that transient dynamic capability, that speed, that quickness, that authority and control over the soundstage and the sounds that's coming into it. Very accurate and balanced across the board. The highs are not forward, they're not edgy, they are smooth, sweet, but nice defined edges in the attack and the decay. Overall, just a musical vibe to it, a musical tonality that is very non-fatiguing, but it is not muddy, it is not diffused. It's just really good. And what I find is when you get up into this space of gear, this is kind of what you get, is this overall just balanced performance, tonality, refinement, and musicality kind of in one. That's what Java Hi-Fi has done. They have done it very well. And that's kind of the overall sound. So yeah, if you're kind of looking for, you know, an overall integrated amplifier that's got a nice moving magnet phono stage that sound really good, by the way, we had the Supraktek Syrah, which has a beautiful phono stage. We've got the PS Audio gain cell. We've got the Waxwing, which is like a $400-500 one. We had the Vincent in recently. We got a bunch of phono pre's, and you know, this is a really decent take. And I have a high output Dynavector 20x2 cart on my VPI Scout, so it worked well with that moving magnet phono pre, and we loved it. It sounded really good. Really nice. The DAC in this thing is really nice, like we talked about. Line level outs, they all worked well. Everything's really, really solid in this piece, and you should take a look at it. I would say if you're looking for an all-in-one, you know, if you broke this thing apart and you had to get a preamp, an amp, a DAC, and a phono preamp, I mean, that's 4 components right there. So you're talking $8,000, so you know, $2,000 a piece. I'm not sure if you could piece together $2,000 a piece. I think you could come up with a different configuration, maybe a different tonality, a different approach, but I'm not sure if you'd better it or not. So if you're interested in that Class D performance, but you want a little musicality to it, maybe you've heard some Class D in the past and you thought it just a little bit too neutral, you know, and you wanted to kind of sweeten and you know, just bring a little bit more life to it, maybe check this guy out, Java Hi-Fi, $8,995 integrated amplifier, cool company, cool philosophy, made in New Zealand. And they're totally customizable. You can choose all different kinds of cool case configurations and stuff like that. So anything from carbon fiber to like you know, straight oak. So anyway, I'm James, your ABX audiophile. Hope you appreciated this review. I know we had fun with the Java Hi-Fi. I'll be getting it sent back to Maverick. Thanks, Maverick, for letting us you know, mess around with it. And you guys should take a look at Java Hi-Fi. Talk to you later.